Alright, Shalom. All praises to Yahawashi, double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim in the four corners, pushing the truth and sincerity. Peace be unto you. This is Matthew chapter 21. I want to go and just show you that the Most High, son, Yahawashi, he dealt with scoffers. And I'm going to show you how he dealt with scoffers. You don't always cast your pearls on the swine. This is Matthew chapter 21, verse 23. Now they asked the question, in return, Yahawashi asked the question back. And we're going to show you how it went, and they in turn asked them a question back. Verse 21, Matthew 21, verse 23. And when he was coming to the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching, and said, By what authority dost thou these things? Who gave thee this authority? Yahawashi answered and said unto them, I also ask you one thing. So they asked him a question, and he didn't just straight up just answer them. So sometimes you scoffers, y'all ask these dumbass questions. We're not going to answer every fucking question that you ask, because and some of y'all think that the apostles didn't answer it, or they didn't answer it, so they must not know it, or they trying to run from it. It's just sometimes you recognize with a scoffer, being in this thing, for X amount of years. Myself, I've been in it since 2012, late 2012. You get an understanding of things. How much so more than a apostle has been in this thing, 30 years, 25 years, longer than I've been born, and I'm going to go ahead and keep reading. And when he was coming to the temple, I'm going to start back from the top. And when he was coming to the temple, the chief priests and the elders of the people came unto him as he was teaching. So this was as he was teaching, just like, brothers out there, we in the middle of teaching, and you got scoffers that want to come up and ask these dumbass questions. And said, By what authority dost thou these things? And who gave thee this authority? And Yahawashi answered and said unto them, I also will ask you one thing, which if ye tell me, I in like wise will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven or of men? So he returned and flipped it. He said, I got a question for you now. He said, the baptism of John, whence was it? From heaven, or was it from men? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, If we shall say from heaven, he will say unto us, Why did ye not then believe? But if we shall say of men, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet. Now, they didn't say, we fear the Most High. They fear the eyes of men. So they was put on the spot. Now, verse 27 says, And they answered Yahawashi and said, We cannot tell. So just like scoffers, you ask them a question. You ask somebody like Alizé a question, he won't answer it. You ask somebody, especially that dude, Dinobot, the Haitian priest, you ask them a question, they dodge it, they duck it. And these scoffers, I at least give them credit. They just straight up and say, Hey, we're not gonna answer it. The other scoffers, you ask them a question, they'll just, scoff even harder. They won't even acknowledge the question that you asked them. So this is how, Yahawashi dealt with scoffers. But if we shall say of men, we fear the people, for all hold John as a prophet. And they answered Yahawashi and said, We cannot tell. And he said unto them, Neither tell I you by what authority I do these things. So Yahawashi said, You ain't going to answer no questions? Don't ask no questions. It didn't matter who asked first. He was in the middle of teaching. And you got to present yourself worthy to be able to receive, the truth. First of all, you interrupting Yahawashi as he's speaking to ask these dumbass questions, because they asked in front of the people because they was trying to catch him up in his words, because they want to say, Oh, so God told you to do that, or God gave you to do that? How come if God gave you to do that, then why don't you give everybody free sandwiches and soup kitchens, and what are you doing for the people? And you just standing on the corner just teaching, and this is what Yahawashi had to go through. He had to go through scoffing like this. And I'm gonna read probably maybe one more verse. Verse 28. But what think ye? A certain man had two sons, and he came to the first and said, Son, go work to day in my vineyard. Okay, that's it. I probably could say that for actually another lesson. But basically, Yahawashi, he dealt with scoffers, and you scoffers, y'all gonna get a pleasant surprise. Might even be before the nukes come off. Some of y'all, might get, shot, gunned down. Some of y'all are. That the thing that happened to that Jake down in Atlanta, that was beautiful, man. Man, that made my day, man. I toast to y'all brothers down in GMS Atlanta. On that note, I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the elders of GMS who rule well, and death to America.